Hello everyone, welcome back to RollPlay Swan Song. It's week 32. It's been a while. What was that, Geoff? You were muted.
What week it was?
Yeah. No, I typed it in the professionalism, Geoff.
Well, you've raised the bar, my friend.
Let's talk about it. Let's just cut right to the chase. Geoff, I heard you got a Titan.
Yes.
Can
you
you
see it?
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, it's happening.
Fuck
yeah. All right. I'll try. I got to take
It's
off
the size and weight of an actual human baby.
That's amazing. Can we just sit in silence?
No, that's
Yeah,
what.
that's all.
Okay.
I'm still like answering a bunch of emails.
We have a
and stuff,
moment.
so.
Jesus,
Oh my God!
look at that fucking thing. Deus belly.
Yeah.
So I have a question now. Okay.
Hold on, let him show it off. Shut up. Geoff, hold it up. Oh my God.
Oh,
So how
Christ.
long was Anna in the hospital giving birth to that thing?
Oh my God,
It's amazing.
Adam, I'm eating.
He did a really good job. I'll try to hold it close and stuff, but he weathered it because they actually, in the fluff, these things are like 10 or 20,000 years old.
Yeah, they're
not
ancient,
like,
right?
They're not brand new and
They're
roll
like
out.
Terminators, right? Like Terminators have the same thing, and they're all super old.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's weathered. It's actually really heavy. And then I'll show you the head. It's all magnetized, so all the parts come off.
Oh my God, you broke it.
See if
It's
it
magnetized.
won't be out of
Just
focus.
pull that head right off.
What does it operate on, Geoff?
That's pretty sick.
I mean that in a
Operate
not
on?
fluff sense.
Oh, in a not fluff sense?
No, in a not literal sense. Like, what is
Oh,
it?
in a fluff sense, they're like it's actually kind of cool. It's plasma, like big plasma generators and that kind of stuff. But when this thing blows up, it's 36 inches out from this guy, and then in a circle, and it's the biggest explosion possible. It's a D.
How
which is
many? How many points is it?
This is
Like
2,750 points base.
Sure. So like an army and a quarter.
Yeah. So to give you guys an idea, typical tournament is 1,850. I'll try to get this line
Yeah.
up.
So wait, you can't even use it in tournament play?
Not in a tournament, no.
Not like an actual tournament.
You'd field it in like what, a like 5K army, 10K.
Well, what
like,
the fuck? I thought that was the whole point. I thought the whole point was to get this fucking huge Titan so you can walk up with the Titan and a giant boner and plop it down, and nerds in front of you just like fall over. They can't.
They
Yeah, that's what happened.
That still happens.
Oh,
yeah.
It still happens.
And
Like
then
so
last-
you
they kill
still
your Titan
bring
then.
the Titan, but you just put it off the side and give him a look like you're glad I can't play this.
right. It's a threat thing.
It's so there's a variation of the game called APOC, which stands Apocalypse, and in those games you play 5,000, 10,000 points per side or per army, and this will make an appearance there, and he's just a god there.
Yeah,
So
but then there's other guys that have like 4 of them, right?
they can, and there are people that get out of hand, but specifically the Warlord, like. So let's be honest, because Anna won't see this. All right.
All right,
She
do it up.
actually- She knows kind of. Buying the model, $2,000. Having it assembled professionally, that was $750. Painting it, I tipped him $250 to do it in 1 month, and that cost $1,750. So all said and done, it is a $4,500 model.
A round of
You know
applause,
what?
ladies and gentlemen.
It's moments like these that I love Geoff, because I don't feel bad for the amount of comics that I bought behind.
Oh,
me.
no, yeah.
Because I feel
We all
like
got
we're
our
on the same
thing.
level.
We all got a
like,
thing, yeah.
and we can use
You-
each other, right? I could be like,
Yes.
well, Geoff, like fucking got the Titan. You can be like, well, we know all the comics, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. This is.
I actually am
that's-
having banners made by another artist to dangle from the guns, and it's going to have one here.
It's
He's more reasonable. It's going to cost $250 total for the 3 banners, but
That's
Geoff
still fucking gnarly.
for absolutely free. I can put a little mechanism in it that you can press a button and then it will actually like vape some e-juice
just
and it will look like smoke exhaust coming
Yeah.
out of it.
Dude,
So
you
I'm
need
gonna-
like a.
You can't
should have
vape
gotten,
everything.
like a literal flamethrower installed in it.
everything.
I can vape everything.
That sounds like a
so
challenge
far
to
not
Wheat. Don't
right.
say
It
that.
makes
Yeah.
the coolest.
Totally.
It makes the coolest effects.
Alright, I'll sit down. But I'm gonna make a video tonight and I'll go over everything and show it in better detail with the camera and stuff like that. Webcam just doesn't do it justice, but I'm very, very, very happy. These are my baby cakes.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I wouldn't spend that much money on it, but that's pretty fucking cool. Like I respect
get
that you
that.
spent that much money on it.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people like, what a waste of money. What an
But
incredible.
you'd
I wouldn't
spend
say
that much
I wouldn't
money
say it's
on
a waste.
something, JP.
No, that's
what-
exactly it. I am not saying it's a waste. I'm just saying that me personally would not spend $4,500 on that. But
Totally.
the fact that you did is fucking cool. And I
It's
respect
like-
that.
Like Warhammer is actually better and cooler to me than Starcraft. Like if there was a life of doing Warhammer, I would because I love it that much. And this guy is the fucking model. It's an honor to have him. There'll be like what like I don't know in all my community, I know nobody else that has one. And I know a lot of Warhammer people. So it's an honor.
It's funny because it's not actually like that big of a deal, all things considered, compared to things that other people are like. Everybody that's excited about anything, there's like a top-notch thing of that thing, right? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be fucking pants. Like people be like, these pants cost me $7,000.
Actually, let me talk to you about some stretch pants, Adam.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I've got
Preach it.
4 pair now.
Nice.
The extreme
like that
jeans are
segue?
coming in. They'll be here. Actually, I haven't looked at the.
1 second, let me set them down.
I don't
Each
know.
pair of pants was $1,100.
Sometime this week, but yeah, I'm getting the extreme flex. I'm excited.
Yeah, like at some point in our lives, each of us will drop $4,500 on an awesome part of our hobby, or whatever. Like it's likely,
Yeah.
especially as you
That-
get old.
Going back to the stretch pants, the funniest thing about these,
Shut up, Steven.
Stretch
Pants.
the funniest thing about these is I've probably gotten, and I'm not exaggerating. I've probably gotten 100+ tweets of people saying, "Hey, I bought the pants. These are incredible." Like people are
I
losing
saw
their
you
minds.
say that to them. Did
There
they
you
give you
go.
free pants like they
I mean,
should?
No,
Like, at least,
no, they did not.
At least we're into stuff like miniatures and pants, and not like addicted to cocaine or whatever.
Yeah,
'cause
we could be crack addicts. That's true. Just think
I
about that
spent
for a second.
$4,500
I
on
agree.
cocaine this weekend.
I agree with you, but Ant's like too smart and critical. Like that argument has been. I haven't tried it because I knew, but there's been other friends who are like, at least we spent money on Warhammer, not on strip clubs and alcohol. And Anna kind of smiles silently, and then later's like, just in case you're wondering, that argument won't work with me because you could say that about anything, and like I wouldn't be with you if you spent thousands of dollars on strippers and cocaine. Like
That's
I was
true.
like, fair enough, actually.
Man,
Absolutely.
talking about cocaine. Have you guys watched Narcos yet?
Yes, I'm
I heard it's
four
good, actually.
episodes in.
I'm
JP,
2 episodes
help,
in.
will you guys help me?
What's that?
Every time I want to start it, Jen goes, "Oh, I don't really want to like start something heavy," but I have a feeling like it's not really.
The first
heavy.
2 episodes are
It's-
pretty light.
Yeah, it's like I'd put it. It's about as heavy as like Breaking Bad.
But
Oh,
it's
like,
not
that's a
breaking.
heavy show,
It's
though.
not Breaking Bad heavy till like the middle.
Yeah.
And I think like the first episode,
That's what I would expect.
and
Yeah.
the narration actually makes the show, and it also makes it lighthearted.
The best
for
part,
me.
the best part of Narcos, and I said this before we were like 10 minutes in. I'm like, okay, it's a show set in Colombia. Everyone in Colombia speaks Spanish. I wonder if they're just gonna make everyone speak English with a Spanish accent, but they don't. There's
Yeah.
subtitles, and it's so
Yeah.
good.
It's
it makes
so
it
good.
so much better.
I love that so much
Awesome.
about it
Good.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
I
It's
found this
offensive.
great new show this weekend. I just started watching it. It's really cool. I think some of you might really dig it. It's called Daredevil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're,
Yes,
you're
you guys should
tweeted
really
that
check it
joke,
out.
Steven.
Yeah, but there's people here in chat who haven't heard it yet.
Daredevil's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm also, I'm playing up my personal brand, Jeff.
Did you see? Did you see the Jessica Jones teaser? Steven?
No.
It's like the next Marvel street level show for Netflix. It's only about a minute long, and they don't really show anything.
The phrase Jessica Jones teaser sounds like something you would find on like RedTube.
Well, the show's called.
Maybe
I think
you
it's
would,
called.
Adam.
I think it's called
Alright.
AKA Jessica Jones is the name of the.
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the comic as well. But
But by the way, I
No, the
often
name of
am
the comic is Alias.
kind of
Oh,
a
it
negative
is.
Nancy about this stuff, so I want to balance it out with some positivity. You were right about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. About
Gets better.
75% of that first season's pretty boring
it's
shit.
fucking
but then-
terrible.
But then it picks up and it's a pretty good show. It's a pretty
Yeah.
good show.
Are you in
You sure,
season?
you sure you don't mean Shield, Jeff? Right?
I know. I tweeted that.
I still haven't watched that. Are you in season 2
I
yet?
haven't watched either.
Yeah, I'm about 4 episodes in.
Okay. All right.
It's actually, it was interesting what a swing it was because
ties
if you're
with the
worried about
movies.
spoilers, 4 episodes into season 2 of a show that's been out for 2 years, here you go.
Yeah.
The scientist guy who gets just completely fucked up,
Yeah.
is struggling in season 2. That's actually like there's a couple times where I'm like sitting down with lunch, like starting my day,
Like,
and
feel
I'm watching.
bad
It's like
about
so depressing and fucked up that I'm
Yeah.
like, is there anything else lighter on right now? I need to go check Netflix. It's like he's like can't talk, and it's like so well acted in the story that it's like really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because they're like, quick, what's gonna happen? He's like, and they're like, get the fuck out of here, retard. We can't talk to this guy. And I'm like, everyone, you used to be so friendly and nice.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard.
No, they're rough in that show. Yeah, towards the end of it, season 2, it gets much better. And then I'm excited. Fall shows are going to start up, but they're not starting till October. Like, what is with fall shows starting in October this year?
Idiots.
It's fucking infuriating.
It used to be September for sure.
Yeah, it used to be September was the big start, but I don't know.
While we're on the subject of infuriating things,
Sure.
how about XCOM 2 getting delayed till next year?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
There's too many
well-
games out this year.
Why don't I just kill myself now?
No.
There's like basically no reason to live.
There are too many games out this year already.
There
to
are.
begin with.
Amen.
Fallout
If we
4
really
November.
want to talk about something, Jeff,
Yeah.
let's turn this into state of the game for a second. Adam and Steven, don't talk for the next 5 minutes. Let's talk about how stupid it is to have StarCraft 2 come out the same day as Tomb Raider in Fallout 4.
I agree.
What the actual fuck are they thinking? Is there no other like launch window that they could have gotten into?
There was supposedly one other day that they were balancing between, and I guess all I can think is the idea of launching something
After
2 days after
Yeah.
BlizzCon is a big deal for them.
Same here.
They're aware of the fact that it's specifically not necessarily Tomb Raider, but Fallout 4 that it's sharing that date. Like obviously they're aware of that. And in my opinion, I don't know what argument you can make against that. It's not like it's going to hurt their sales at all. Obviously, people that buy StarCraft are going to buy StarCraft, but
Right.
sharing the stage, the PR stage with that big of a game, like it's just automatically going to cut into discussion.
You're not really sharing a PR stage at this point, right? Because the PR machine has already been in work. But what you are doing is you're forcing the gamers to actually, either spend all their money and buy them all or make the decisions on which one they're going to buy first. And when it comes down to it, like seeing a Fallout 4 commercial versus a Tomb Raider commercial, like which one is actually going to get me to buy the game? Just whichever one I personally as a gamer want to buy first. But I think also there's something to be said, and I'm not sure a lot of people are talking about it, but in addition to the holiday season, like in wrapping up a quarter, and getting good profits as a game company
That's
and as
also
a publisher,
true,
it's also important. And so it's like fucked up because almost every year we have a day like this.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree with you. The only thing I would add though is like specifically streaming, which actually now is like the marketing thing to do, especially with YouTube gaming coming up as big as it is. The idea of like on that day and the days after, people are going to be like, well, Legacy Void just came out, so did Fallout 4. I'm more of a casual. I can come back to StarCraft. That's going to be around for a while. I'm going to watch Fallout 4 right now. And for the week, there's going to be 20,000 people on there. And then there are going to be people from that mass that are like, fuck, that shirt looks cool. I'll buy that shirt. Oh, you know what? I'm going to buy Fallout 4. This looks amazing. Like that split is actually going to hurt the carry-on of a game. Like StarCraft 2 is going to be around, but to share it with somebody else means that the hype explosion of it is mitigated by a lot, I think.
I mean, for StarCraft, there's certainly a much larger impact than there is between Fallout and Tomb
Oh,
Raider.
yeah.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're obviously always going to have the hardcore Blizzard enthusiasts who are going to get it. You got the StarCraft fans, but doesn't help with bringing any new people in, where it's like if it was the only title coming out that day, that could just, change.
So I actually have a question for you guys. Looking at the cinematics for Wings of Liberty, for Heart of the Swarm, and for Legacy of the Void, it feels to me like the cinematic for Legacy is much more targeting people who already know what StarCraft is and what it's like, because it's just showing you something that would happen in a game. Do you feel like Blizzard is perhaps just targeting their core, their base, the people who already are fans of StarCraft, and not trying to reach too far outside?
I think
of that?
you have to at this point with where that game is. Like, if you're going for I mean, you always want more than just your core audience, but I think
certainly.
I think the answer to your question is yes. That is exactly who they're targeting. Because who's going to jump into that game and like, let's play multiplayer?
Right. They're doing a little bit, like
You're gonna get
Archon
destroyed.
mode, Allied Commander. Like they're doing a couple of nods more to the casual than they ever have in the past to make it easier. But I agree with JP. Like, how could you ever do a StarCraft Part 3 and be like, and everything's super automated, like even more than it ever was, and
Yeah.
I honestly, you guys, after watching that fucking cinematic, which was goddamn amazing,
was
I feel
fucking
like you
amazing.
could show that to anyone and they'd be
That's
like,
true.
I want to play that game.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, when
what
they
is
turned
that
into an
shit?
Archon, I was just like, I'm fucking done. I'm spent.
I'm in.
Like, I just
Yep.
Dude, the pylon, I mean, like,
Yeah, that was
just
good, too.
just the probe fucking warping in at the beginning, like that was
Yeah.
fucking epic shit.
It was good.
So I have serious feels about this cinematic, and I'm going to talk about them because I'm in the games industry. So I see so many cinematics. I actually tweeted about this. I went back to Wings of Liberty, to Heart of the Swarm cinematic, and you can look at them, and like Wings of Liberty cinematic was cool, but there was nothing in it that was from a video game. There was nothing in it that you could play. There was no experience there. It was a good story, but there was no game. Heart of the Swarm, there was a little bit of game. Like there's like all the introduction where Kerrigan is talking, and then there's like a little bit of a battle with, the Ultralisk coming down and the Viking landing and shooting at it. Cool stuff like that feels like there's gameplay there, but then it ends with story. There's not a lot of game there. But Legacy of the Void, my favorite like game cinematic I've seen in a long time, that tells the story that you as a player can have in the game. I've seen that story in countless StarCraft games that I've watched. I've played that story in game. That is super cool to me. I think they did a great job with that cinematic.
It's a very good point. Yeah.
I agree.
I like that. That's like great.
They also
Passion.
slowed it down for the first time too. Like the part where the zealot has the shield out and runs through the baneling, and they slow it down. They show it blowing up over it. Not to geek out too much, but graphically, that's really fucking hard to do. Like you have to have amazing graphics to have the boldness to slow it down and show effects occurring as they're happening. And Blizzard just like what they did is like a normal man like you and I took out a whale's penis and just slapped it on the table. Just like rest of the games industry, fuck off. Like,
I just
true.
wish they would just make whole movies like that. I would
Well,
be so fucking in.
Warcraft
let me
the movie.
yeah, let me tell you about World of Warcraft the movie, because that's pretty much what that is from
We'll
what
see.
I've seen of it.
We'll see.
Were you at BlizzCon last year? Did you not see the?
I never saw it.
Oh, you should.
busy
It's supposed to be very CGI.
You should
which-
hit them up to see that somehow, because you should. It's actually really cool.
I'm sure they'll show new shit at BlizzCon.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They have to, right? I would think that you get a trailer, a full-on trailer too, for public
Yeah.
release. at BlizzCon.
Agreed.
Oof.
Agreed.
There you go. There you
Agreed.
go. Well, we still got 12 minutes. What else? It's actually been a month, I think, since we've played. It's been a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So what's everyone been up? Geoff, you traveled the world as you usually do in these long breaks of time.
Yeah, I just got back from Poland and Germany, where we had probably, if not our best, one of the absolute best StarCraft events to date, which was really energizing and good. Very
Really?
positive.
Dude, that WCS was so cool. I loved watching that. Great games.
Yeah.
And the analysis, man, really spot on.
Oh, thank you. That was the absolute highlight for me. But no, the crowd, the venue, the luck of the draw in terms of what the players did story-wise and stuff like that was just,
That was in Poland, right?
yeah.
Was that the crazy crowd that's in from Poland?
Yeah, the Polish are amazing.
Yeah.
They cheer for sports well.
They had an ESL event there, right? When they went insane the first time? I think that's
We've
what
been
it
in
was,
Katowice twice, yeah.
yeah.
It's just great. So good event. But yeah, I was just laughing at the guys and you had us muted, so this will be news to you. But my brain's just fucked. Like I described ketchup potato chips as tomato chips, and they're like it's one of those things where like usually you catch yourself after you say it, but I just like tomato chips. And my brain's like, that's it, Geoff. Congrats.
And then
That makes sense.
you just stared at us, waiting for us to
Yeah.
respond.
I was in that state
Why don't
last
these idiots
night.
understand tomato chips?
I was
Yeah.
in that state last night I did a 13-hour stream for Destiny, and I also was on 4 hours of sleep, and I also had 4 cupcakes that were they're like the gourmet cupcakes, so it's just like raw sugar. So I was combining words. I like this one actually, Chookies for chocolate
people
chip
were telling
cookies.
me about
Chookies.
Chookies.
Chookies, that's pretty like we should open up
Sounds
a
appeasing.
bakery.
Yeah.
We need to find someone who can bake good cookies, and we'll
Chucky's
sell
Cookies.
Chookies. Yeah.
Chookies.
Chookies, pretty
How
good.
is Destiny, by the way? Because like I'm not a super big Destiny guy, but I kind of share the same opinion as you, and you've circled back to it, and you've been tweeting that you enjoy it. Like, how is that?
Yeah. I like to talk about it on streams because chat hates it, and so we could talk about it for a little bit.
Do they hate Destiny?
Yeah, it's like universally regarded as like a bad game, I think, on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, for the most part. At least maybe in like the circle that my community or the people that
Okay.
watch my stuff disregard that game as just like a bad fucking game. They hate
Interesting.
it. But it actually is good. The update's good. It did what Diablo 3 did.
Oh, that
Where,
thing
like,
would change, huh?
Where like Diablo 3 was well, it wasn't dog. It was not that great at launch, and then they stepped back and looked at all the things that were wrong with it, and then like listened to the community and changed a bunch of stuff, and now it's like pretty good.
So good.
Because I played it at launch and I couldn't get into it. I found it super unbalanced and like kind of trash. But so it's better now.
The part that killed me is most of the time I watch JP stream because that's how I test out games when I want to buy them. Is like JP and his friend would like run over like there's a bad guy and they'd sit there and go and then you die. They're like all right, and then like run over here like oh shit.
Wait, this for Destiny? I mean, that could be said for like any loot game, really.
Loot game, yes, but like FPSs that I enjoy, it's like here's this other guy, and here's I got to take cover, or it's better to nade him first. Like different ways.
There's
to
like
go
a mix
about
of
it.
mobs that are threatening you in different ways.
You were
and you
just
have to take
farming
out
with a
different
machine
threats.
gun. Like you'd literally like look at the chat, and if it was your character, you'd be like, oh, 3 clips in, this fucker's still jumping around.
Oh, that's what it was
Jesus
originally.
Christ.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
when that game launched, it was dog shit because of that very reason. There's none of that. Well, there's a very little bit of that, and they took out a lot of the bullet sponginess of monsters in this. So now it's just like you'll fucking pull out your hammer, which is flaming, and you just start tossing your hammer at people, and things are exploding on your screen, and then you get loot for it, and it's kind of
There you
rewarding.
go.
Like it hits that part of the brain that is like, this is great, this is good, I'm enjoying this, which I think Diablo 3 does now as well.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I did what Steven's doing right now and leveled a character to 70 on hardcore last season, and then I haven't played since. And I'll probably do it again in the next 6 months, and it'll be fantastic.
I just started like a week ago. I started a hardcore crusader, and now I'm just running around with hammers flying everywhere around me, just blowing everything up. It's fantastic.
2 games, one heart.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hammers
They are
flying around,
very...
things exploding.
It's funny, too, because they're both from Activision. Like, I wonder how much of what Destiny did was kind of like, let's see what Blizzard's done with Diablo.
There's like
And
one
talk to
executive
those
producer that
guys.
went from the 2 buildings and was like, hammers, guys.
They all
Hammers
just
flying,
had
hammers explode.
one shared Dropbox folder.
It's just one of those the flow charts. It's just like with a hammer at the very end, and everything goes to that. Exactly.
Destiny's just third-person shooter Diablo.
Exactly. You're right.
And then
100%.
I purposely stayed away from it, but have you, I think it's just you here, otherwise, maybe we, have you been enjoying Metal Gear Solid 5? Because I just got it.
Man, that game is... That's a weird... It's a really good game. It's actually an incredible game, but it's just a really fucking bizarre game. Because, like,
Really?
that game can only exist in the world where Kojima can make a game with a shit ton of money
Right.
behind him. And it will never exist anywhere else ever again. Like,
Well, it doesn't matter. This is supposed to be the last one, right?
Yeah.
They've said that about 4, though.
Yeah. It's just like there's stuff in that game that like it just shouldn't work, but because Kojima is like the fucking crazy person that he is, it works.
That's a thing. That's a thing that I think we get from certain Japanese game developers. That's just like there's a very you can look at a game and be like, "Yep, this is one of those weird Japanese games," and some of them are really small and nobody's ever heard of them, and some of them are like Metal Gear size. And like you said, Kojima is like one of those people that just makes it work. Like just makes games that are like, "Yep, this is insane. This is totally insane." But I'm a good game designer, so here's my craziness. Enjoy.
So what I've heard from people who've played it, I haven't played Metal Gear and I haven't even watched it or anything. I'm completely blind as far as Metal Gear is concerned. Is that it's like they took a strong auteur with a creative vision and he did what like Ubisoft is doing with all of like the tower sort of zone control stuff and all the sort of standard
kinda.
features of modern AAA games. And instead of just doing them to check the box, he like grabbed the reins and did them with a strong creative vision, and it's just all of a sudden wonderful instead of like, oh, here's Mad Max, which is like 6 years ago it would have been an amazing game, but now it's kind of we've done this a bazillion times.
I think I would agree with you if you said at the end they fired him because he spent too much money.
And they fired him because he spent too much money.
That's what happened.
Isn't
Well,
it like
that's-
a $60 million game?
That's
or
what
something
happens.
Like
You put an insane genius in charge of your game, and they're like, "Here, have some money," and they're like, "I'll just use all this for weird shit."
I said that we had this conversation on Drop Frames today, like the exact same thing. When you get Kiefer Sutherland to record voiceovers that is literally him screaming the words "rocket arm," and it's because in game Snake shoots his rocket that is attached to his arm at somebody. like you're spending too much money. Like,
I was kind of sad they got away from the guy that did the original voice too.
How many $1 million
Hayter.
was it though?
I don't know if there was ever a price tag, like an official price tag for the game. There's only
'Cause,
been like
like,
rumors.
60 million would not surprise me for a game like Metal Gear.
No, I
Like
think
that
that
doesn't
seems
sound
low.
crazy.
Yeah, that seems low. Yeah, but that game's Jeff. You can have a horse that you can tell the horse with the command "do it" parenthesis defecate, and he'll shit where he's standing. And if you're sitting below him, you can have him shit on your face. And I'm not kidding you.
That's not even
Kojima
the
played a
first
little bit of
Metal.
Ark.
It's not even the first Metal Gear game where you can have someone pee or poo on you. It's like
Yeah.
that's a thing. It's just in the game. Yeah.
So I did like the gifs this game has produced so far. There's one where a guy puts like a parachute on a bear or something like that.
Yeah.
He shoots a parachute onto a bear and
That's
just
the
fucking
normal
flies
thing.
off.
You do that to everything. You do that to tanks. You can. There's missions, Jeff, where like you're supposed to take out a tank with a rocket launcher. You know what I did? I walked up to that tank stealthily and then attached a balloon to it, and then I completed the mission because it just flew up into the air. And you can complete the same mission by shooting out the tank treads and then fighting it, or you can complete the same mission by like having the horse shit in the middle of the road and then the tank like veers off the road and crashes. Or
Oh my god.
there's like a billion different ways to approach everything in that game. It's pretty great, but it's not like a normal Metal Gear game at all. There's like
yeah.
throughout the 60 plus hours worth of game that it is, there's maybe 6 hours of cutscenes total. That's probably generous.
Oh, so it's the inverse of a regular
yeah,
Metal
it's
Gear
the
game.
complete inverse. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, maybe I'll play it because I was gonna play it this week, and I was like, I don't know if I want to just stream 4 hours of cutscene. So
Yeah. It's good.
I heard that the, like Snake is more of a silent protagonist this time around.
Well, yeah, it's because Kiefer's fucking expensive as shit.
yeah, David Hayter is cheap comparison. So.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not the official reason, but that's the official reason because like they couldn't have Kiefer just record a shit ton of
Which
lines.
is funny because that guy ain't doing nothing these days, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure he's like David Hayter compared to like recordings
Yeah.
of Kiefer.
Voice,
is probably,
gotcha,
voiceover
I'm
in
just
general
saying.
is just so expensive, which
I'd
is
say it's like a
actually, it
300%.
was really funny. I was having a talk about Destiny with one of my good friends, and I was like, wow, I was like listening to the comparisons of
Nathan Fillion?
Peter Dinklage and not Nathan Fillion, Nolan North.
Nolan North.
Like,
yeah.
because they replaced all of Dinklage's voiceover with Nolan North.
Yeah.
And I listened to Nolan North stuff, and like it was different, but I didn't necessarily think it was critically better, right? And then I came to the conclusion, like, I think it's just the script that they wrote was so, like, basic, just so cliched, that there's not really any salvaging that any particular voice actor can do on it.
There's this weird thing happening where games, and I guess it's been happening for a while, but where games will have like a cast of your like Nolan Norths and you're like people who are well known as voice actors in video games, but then they'll hire like one. The Witcher did it with the Charles Dance, right? Where they'll like hire one expensive guy and be like, all right, say a couple of things, and usually the person hates video games, doesn't understand what they're doing, and they're just like, well, I'll just fucking phone this shit in for my $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like my point was, for how expensive voice acting is, I was surprised that they didn't also rewrite some of the lines if they were going to re-record all of the shit. Like voice acting is not cheap. It's a huge expense for any game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like, yeah, it's like $10,000 for 200 lines.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
It costs a lot.
Jeff, apparently, according to the chat, Kiefer Sutherland is going to be playing Braun in The Land Before Time 14. So
I said Braun at first, and I immediately thought of, ironically, Peter Dinklage's right-hand man, and
oh.
But the
I
other
was like, that'd be a hell of a replacement.
Braun is an Apatosaurus, also called a long neck. Okay, I'm
Well,
getting
there you go. He's super
There's actually the
fucking-
Wow.
Land Before Time wiki. I guess when you have 14 movies, there should
Oh,
be.
gee. What fucking?
Obviously, I need to get
kidding?
into doing voice acting and making a shit ton of money off
There
of
you
it.
go. There you go. Before we end, I know it's already been 30 minutes, but what is it like in hell where you've been the past month?
Yeah,
How's it
I
going?
literally have been there. It's it comes and goes in waves. Where it's like I'm like, oh my god, this fucking event is in 8 days or what, and then it's fine again, and then it's like, oh my fucking god, I forgot I have to do this one thing, and then it's fine again. And it's just like a lot of like stuff to coordinate, put together. rehearse and test.
Fucking weed.
I feel like every like employee that I've talked to has said the exact same thing that you've just said, and then at the end they're just like, "But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna nail it."
That's the
I'm
kind
just
of
like,
thing a person stressed to their end says to make themselves not want to die. Like, it's gonna be great, JP. It's gonna be fucking great, man.
They're lying to themselves because the consequences for not lying to themselves are death.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much.
Terror is real.
I
Meat
mean,
will actually have people killed.
Instead of saying it's great or will be great, what I want to say is that I think it will be fucking badass that people will walk into what will be a first year event, and I don't think it'll feel like a first year event. And that's probably what I'm most that's what drives me the most. Like, there's a lot of shit, still just like final stuff as we get ready to move in, but it's I'm excited.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun.
There we go.
Geoff, are you gonna swing by there?
I might have to be in Sweden at the same time,
Oh,
fortunately.
what's in Sweden? I'm trying. Is that
Wow.
DreamHack stuff?
Crushed right here.
Yeah, you're not even gonna go to fucking Wheat's big con. man.
Well, I was, to be honest, I got the small fish in a big pond feeling so hard. Twitch puts out this like sign up for stuff, and I did, and they're like, yeah. They responded a week later, like, we can put you in a gaming lab, I guess. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I guess I have zero interest to go.
Well, there you go.
So I got kind of wrecked, but
You should come to the Twitch Hall of Fame thing though, happening on Saturday evening, because it's literally just going to be an hour of Wheat giving stuff to himself at the awards show.
well, fuck it. That is the thing of legends then.
Yeah,
Nope.
right. It's gonna be awesome.
It won't be.
It's gonna be great.
And the nominees are djWHEAT. And the winner is djWHEAT. Why, thank you, djWHEAT.
That'll be next year, you guys.
Yeah.
That'll be next year.
Yeah, they can't. That's right. You can't. They don't have the money right now to get the holograph that
Wheat
they
con.
used on Tupac, so they're gonna wait till next year, and then they'll have the holograph of
Oh, that's
Wheat.
a good idea, man.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
amazing.
talk to himself. It'd be
Just
great.
avoid Suge Knight until then, Wheat. Just-
Exactly. Yeah, watch out.
Okay.
Be careful.
Isn't he in jail anyway?
You
I
think?
don't
You
Well,
never
don't go to
know.
jail.
The
He can
arm
get
of
you from
the arm
jail.
of Suge Knight is ever reaching.
It's very long.
It's very long. You gotta be careful. You gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
you are probably right about that. I'll watch my back. You guys.
Okay, Adam,
Sure.
you tweeted something about Higgs today, and I tried to think where we left off.
I tweeted that because you were talking about there was some brief talk. I can't even remember if it was on stream about DeSoto being responsible for the guys attacking you, and then we were talking about you torturing him, and then I was thinking about the thing
Oh.
in the ear.
I don't even
Yeah.
know that.
Well, for everyone else, just a quick update. If you're just now tuning in, Adam's trying to kill another Geoff character, even though, there's nothing I can do to get out of it.
shit!
So.
We
I'm trying
left
to
it
kill
that
you.
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
what was I gonna do? I was gonna do something with that.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
my
first.
turn.
You're first in the initiative.
Oh
order.
fuck! We have that.
Chat, what was I gonna do? I was
Yeah.
gonna do something super awesome.
That's
Wait.
what
and
we
save the day.
realized.
You were
we stopped
guiding
the
in
show.
a rocket with your mind, bruh.
It was something like that.
Is
I
it?
think it was that I was just gonna pick you up with my mind and just
No,
be
grenade.
Like,
It was
"Whoop."
a grenade. You're gonna
The
walk.
grenade was already launched, but yeah. So
I
yeah,
just
you
realized
were in
where
a
we
you were in
are.
a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
you-
walking towards these guys, and I have no idea why I'm doing that.
Because you're a good
Good.
guy. You want to save Geoff's character. Because Geoff.
Chat is like, you wrote it down, Steven. Look at your fucking notes. Man, I never write shit down, chat. Damn.
He's
just
like, I
what it said.
pretend to look really like.
Oh, look at what it says.
It
says,
literally
use,
says, yeah.
use complex manipulation to lift Alfarius to safety.
Oh, that's
Thank
right.
you, chat. I knew
made
you'd
it.
tell me what I had to do.
So you did write it down. I see that.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. Well, before we get to all that business, somewhere else in the sector, there's shit going on. So on, well, we do our usual like fade from the credits, the blackness of space, and then we pan down to a planet. There's a bunch of ships around the planet, but no traffic going up or down, and we get the subtitle in our official, Swan Song the series text that says Strophios. And as we fade down onto a scene on the planet, you can hear like it's dark and the fade up comes, and there's like the sound of a crowd like roaring basically, and they sound like angry. They sound somewhere between angry and excited. There's a lot of like loud, kind of excited voices, and we see a platform, a big metal platform, and on it there are several men and women kneeling with their hands tied behind their back and black hoods over their heads. Behind them, there's a group of men in the red like robes of the Purity Initiative, and they're accompanied by a group of men and women in like varying like suits, like business suits. And one of them we recognize like for people who have seen earlier episodes, so we've seen that as someone in one of the news broadcasts who was talking about Nika Starlight and how she was a like a terrorist. And we recognize him in the face. It's the demagogue of the new prophet. So this is on Strophios. There's these people that have been captured, and one of the men in the red robes comes over and starts giving a speech in Japanese, and so we get subtitles of his speech. And he's talking about these fugitives who are captured, and how purity is no longer the concern merely of one planet, but of every planet in the sector, and that purity is the most important thing if humanity is going to survive the dark times that are to come. And he says, we thank our brothers at the new prophet for giving us the gift of these people to be purged. And he's handed basically like a power drill or like a rivet gun, and he walks over to one of the men that's kneeling down, and you can hear when we get close up in, you can hear the man like weeping, and we can see the front of the hood is like damp with tears, and he leans in, and he basically just jams the gun into the guy's shoulder, and we hear the squeal of the rivet gun going, and it pans back over the crowd, and the crowd is like shrieking, and so they're holding like signs that say, again in Japanese, like purity now, purity forever. Many of them are holding cybernetic limbs, some of them like bloodied, like over their heads, and like waving them. And we pan back, and we see the guy in the robes yank the arm free from the body. The body of the person like falls down. There's like blood and hydraulic fluid like gushing from their shoulder, and he holds the arm over his head, and the blood is like dripping down onto his face. And we just see as we pass back the demagogue and his like bodyguards, and he's just standing there, kind of like impassively watching as these prisoners get disassembled. And so as it fades to black, the sound of the gun, the like spinning and the metal sound going off, we can still hear that. And as we fade in, that's the sound that we hear underneath the firing of lasers and the shouting of combat, as we see the Swan Song resolve in the distance, Alfie lying down on his face, twitching as the EMP disables his cybernetics, and one of the nearby Purity goons in his red bandana, holding one of those guns, is like leaning in to start disassembling Alfarius.
Good job showing signs of an approaching threat, Adam.
Thank you. So, Eric, it is your turn. We've previously rolled initiative. I need you to tell me what you're doing and then do it.
I shoot a pistol at one of the guys.
Okay. All right.
No. I use complex manipulation to lift Alfarius to safety.
Okay, what's the range on complex manipulation?
You're asking me to look at the rule book. Let me see.
Yeah,
Stars without number. Okay, psychic. Okay, found it. Telekinesis, complex manipulation. So remote manipulation, which is what all this is based off of.
Yeah.
I can manipulate any object visible to my unaided
Right, that's
vision.
right. Yeah, and we figured that out last time too, right?
Yeah. And there was some stuff about like struggling with guns, like as I was using it to, whatever.
Correct. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna use complex manipulation, which is as remote manipulation, but I can manipulate the object as with two or more hands, simultaneously operating switches, dials, or controls. Perfect for Alfarius. And okay. So actually, there's something that's a little bit unclear here. So
Okay.
telekinetic press, which is level 2. says specifically that I can lift up to 200 kilos and force can be exerted as if strength 18. It lacks coordination. Then complex manipulation, the level 3, says it's like remote manipulation, but I can manipulate as if I'm using 2 hands. Is complex manipulation also strong enough to lift Alfarius like strength 18, or is complex manipulation strength 10 like remote manipulation?
They're separate powers.
Okay, that's kind of what I was sort of getting.
I think you get one or the other right now.
Yeah, I'm either lifting something heavy or I'm manipulating something cleverly. So I'll do telekinetic press then, and yeah, I will lift Alfarius with my up to 200 kilos of force.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to bring him to me. I can move an object up to 40 meters per round.
Perfect. Okay. So you want to move him directly towards you 40 meters?
How far away is he from me? Is the scale accurate on this?
Yes. Yeah. The meter scale is on there.
Yeah, like is the docking bay of the Swan Song open? Like Alfarius is unconscious, right?
Yes. Well, he's conscious. Like Alfarius, you can see kind of what's going on. Your internal cybernetics are all like you're like Terminator. You're getting like static and stuff in your vision, but you're still basically aware of what's happening. You just can't move.
Okay.
Mm. So like he's incapacitated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Attacks it against him have advantage. I'm going to use telekinetic press to bring him. Yeah, I guess 40 meters, like right next to me, to this square right here.
Okay. All right. So.
Yep. So
there.
I guess I sort of like hold out my hands, and you see like vascularity like fuse down my arms, and then there's a rippling through the air as he goes lifting into the sky and flies in my direction.
Do you lift him up and then pull him towards you, or do you just drag him along the ground?
No, I lift him and pull him, so he's not going to get too damaged or whatever.
Okay. All right.
That's what I do.
Okay. So this obviously startles the Purity soldiers, and they like follow the line of his trajectory and see you like force pulling him, and they start shouting to each other again in Japanese about like a new target basically. So they're focused on you.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So Alfarius, can you make a physical effect save, please?
I may. Is that just a D20?
Yeah.
I used to.
Okay. All right. So you're still.
No, I didn't. I rolled a 5.
You're still paralyzed. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you can again, like I said, you can feel this like painful like spasming through your cybernetics, but you you can't quite get him under control yet.
Okay.
All right. So the goons, they're gonna go, and there's really no cover between.
I thought I remembered you already rolled something for how long the duration of this would be.
Yeah. I'm giving you basically there's a pure permanent like duration, like it'll end no matter what in a certain number of rounds, but within a tolerance of that number of rounds, you get saves.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you don't have to make the success is just a bonus. Like if you can get it, you'll get it early.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, there isn't really cover, so they're just gonna stand and fire in your direction, Eric.
Are you talking about me?
Heck yeah, buddy.
Now, since our last game, you have updated this map with some fancy new graphics.
I have.
I do distinctly recall that the last time I was taking cover around the edge of the ship.
Yes. Yeah. You still have cover. You're behind the like front sponson thing here.
You're the man, Adam.
Yeah. It's cool.
This is way too polite. Adam, you son of a bitch, trying to fucking check around.
Come on, Steven. Don't you remember the last West Marches episode?
Like, if
Adam was a piece of shit.
Adam, it's that I need to like really start lawyering this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dear good sir, since the duration has surpassed the movements of the last game, like there's not enough sodium here.
Somebody said to me about that particular episode. They were like, I was super salty. Like, you didn't really seem salty. I'm like, count the number of times that I used the word horseshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, horseshit.
Yeah. This is horseshit. But no, yes, you're right. So I'm not taking away your cover. I just wanted a new thing to look at instead of an ugly gray box.
Yeah.
So do you remember what that bonus to your armor class was?
No idea. I don't think we ever decided it.
All right. Let me find. cover in here, and we'll.
And, whatever half cover
Also,
is.
Yeah.
Was I not walking towards them?
Yes, yeah, you had said I'm gonna start moving, but then hadn't yet. This where you guys are, this little setup over here, that's
Yeah.
exactly the same. It's just got a car instead
All
of
right, gotcha.
and Peony is like half blind because her cybernetic eye is going all bonkers. Okay, well I'm sure there's a rule for it here somewhere, but I don't know what it is. So I'll just give you a plus or an additional 4 to your armor class, Steven. So it's 4 better than it would otherwise be. Okay, so you're gonna get your shit shot at. So there's 2.
Yeah, Kiska. I know.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot at you 5 times, Eric.
Holy shit. I'm trying to
And then
figure out what my
the rest
AC
of them are
is.
gonna move.
My current AC is 5.
Should
so.
it be 10? You should just rapid fire that shit. Just sideways kill shot, I think. Or
Alright, so these guys all start to run to make a flanking maneuver around the car.
Jesus Christ.
So Steven, what is your armor class?
My current AC is 5, so plus 4 would make it 9.
You want to do
I
it
have
the
6
other
HP?
way. It's
well,
the other way
4
around.
subtracts, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
okay,
AC
so
is- your
yeah,
AC
then I
is
have a total of 1.
Okay, so they are rolling a plus 5 against you. Okay.
They have a 25%
1,
chance.
2.
Well, that's a hit. And there's a second hit. All right, Eric is dead, so I'm gonna go with the chat idea in
4.
When I put it in
the
our
rest of that.
thing.
All right, so a hail of laser fire, red beams light up the space pad, and you're hit twice. You said?
Yeah, it looks like it. 22 and 24, second and third shots.
Okay.
These dice rolls, 2 1s, and then a 17 and a 19.
All right, Eric, you are perforated with laser beams. You take 8 damage.
I am at -2.
Okay. All right, so Peony and Higgs, you see Eric valiantly pull Alfie to safety before being, like, you see the beams like go through
Wait,
him.
what?
Yeah.
I just realized that Alfie was next to Eric while I was in the restroom. How the fuck did that happen?
Oh,
Eric lifted him bodily.
Force grab me, bro.
Yeah.
Eric
Oh.
force grabbed him. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't just start walking towards them. Thank you guys for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Higgs.
Okay, great.
By the way, I want to rant about a movie when we come back from our break. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, didn't you know that like now after every break there's a reintroduction show that lasts about 15 minutes?
Yeah,
There should be for this because it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, and I want to talk about it. It's amazing.
I'm
All right,
excited.
so the goons are done going. Ichiro is, God, he's just basically like DeSoto is in the car. Ichiro's got him like head down, and nobody's attacked him yet, so he's still not gonna do anything. He's just gonna hold.
Ichiro is the bodyguard of DeSoto,
He's the
right?
he's the bodyguard. Yeah.
Okay.
And who's driving?
Well, nobody's driving now. You all got out of the car, but Ichiro
But you
was
said
driving.
They're in the car, so where are they in the car?
DeSoto would be in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Ichiro is ahead of him. He would be in the where the driver's seat was.
Okay.
And I don't know, what side of the road did they drive on in Spain thousands of years ago? I'm trying to figure out which side the passenger side would be on.
It's been so long, Adam. I've forgotten by now. You know.
It's obviously the right side.
Yeah,
it?
obviously.
Anyway,
Yes.
the driver's side, he's on the Spanish driver's side of the car, whichever side that is. I mean, it
All
actually.
right.
Okay, so they're on the right. He's on the right-hand side, so he's actually over here. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Okay, so Piani, it is your turn. Can you also make a physical effect save, please?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Sure. No.
Okay, so no, you're still. Yeah, there you go. So you're still, you're still under the same effects. Your eyes are like you get this like really bad sudden migraine.
That means I'm not able to act?
Was she hit by 2? Because I was further ahead.
No, you can act. You're just at a -4, remember, to do stuff because your head is like,
Okay.
throbbing.
Well, can I say to Higgs, like, I think we need to get in this fucking car and drive it to the Swan Song. There's no way we're getting over there. I don't want to get shot like Eric.
I like put my head back over and survey the battlefield and pull back down, put both my hands on Piani's shoulders and just like, you're way too calm for this. And I just start shaking you, like throw you in the car if I can.
You pull her out of her wheelchair and throw her in the car.
No, let's fucking grab the wheelchair.
You gotta leave it behind. It's we can't.
Fuck.
You want me to just push you?
I don't want to die.
And I turned to Ichiro and I'm just like, we gotta go. Everyone, just get in the car. We'll drive over to the ship. I'll have them open the cargo bay. And also, did I not say the code word for Pi to use the sand thrower, or did I back off because it was going to hit all of us?
You backed off because the sand thrower would have wrecked everybody. There's a chance now it won't because Alfie's not all the way up there. But if you'll get in the Swan Song, you could definitely just start sand throwering them.
Sand throwing them.
Yep, that's true. Okay, so Piani, are you doing anything, or are you just gonna wait and let Higgs?
I mean, I'm gonna if Higgs doesn't throw me in the car, I'm getting into the car with the intention of escaping.
Okay. All right, so you get in the car too. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
and
think
then
we all get him.
Higgs, you're gonna jump in the car too.
Am I driving?
No, Ichiro is still in the driver's seat, but you can jump in. You run around and jump in next to him, or you can tell him to move over and jump in the driver's seat.
Is DeSoto smoking a cigar at this particular point?
There is a cigar in the ashtray, but he's got his like head down so he doesn't get shot. So he's not
Okay.
currently.
I was gonna grab it out of his mouth if he was, but if not, then we're good.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you pile in. So are you taking the driver's seat from Ichiro, or are you getting in the passenger, letting him drive?
I mean, he drove us here. I'll let him drive.
Okay. All right. So you run around and you jump in. Okay. So on his turn, then he'll drive the car.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's roll up some more initiatives.
Do you do it each time?
Yeah, we do.
Do
we?
D8, right?
Oh, nice.
I think
Oh wait,
so.
there's an initiative thing.
I
Let
thought we
me-
just do it once.
Let me double check. I can't.
This might be the first time we've ever rolled initiative a second time.
Yeah, seriously, I can't remember. Let me double check.
I mean,
oh no, it's
we
just
can.
it's just the beginning of the fight. So it's
Yeah.
I got rid of the order, but Eric, you're first. I remember.
Woohoo! I was at a 5 or something like that.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Eric, Alfie, the goons, Ichiro, Piani, and Higgs.
Yep. So I bleed a little bit.
Okay.
What happens when I'm at -2? There's no like death saves or anything, right?
No, it's you lose a hit point every round, I think.
Yeah.
And then when you're at -10, you're dead. So you're just like gushing blood from.
Yeah.
your,
Let me look at
-3.
this. I'll look up
gushing
the
blood
rules
from your
while you do
semi cauterized wounds. It's in the vicinity of page 63.
So my turn?
Yes. Make your physical effect save.
Pass.
Okay, cool. So you shake off the effects of the EMP. Alfie, you can go.
I can act?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Eric, excuse me, drags me out of harm's way, and I kind of wake up. My eyes like flicker back on as he's unconscious, and whatever a guy that's been laser perforated is doing, because it's not bleeding. He's just like gasping for air, or twitching.
I think the lasers wouldn't necessarily totally cauterize the wound. So there's a lot of like internal bleeding, probably. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There will be blood, but it's not like it's not like a fountain of blood.
Yeah. Totally.
But my eyes kind of flicker on, and I push myself up off the ground. And as I'm pushing myself up, my beard projection again turns into the closing skull, and then I reach into my chest and pull out my pistol. I'm gonna blow some fuckers away.
Cool.
And we haven't done an attack roll in 3 weeks, so you're gonna have to tell me about life. It's
No one remembers how to do anything.
Well, hang on. Let me
It's
work.
cool.
So I'm at a +6, and then their armor. So what's their armor?
Their armor is 4.
Okay, so +10.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're just shooting the closest one.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll be a 29.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Roll your damage.
All right, 2d6 + 2. And he takes 11 damage.
Okay. He dies.
Deleted.
What is a mag pistol? It's like a silence recoilless. Do you know the mag stuff they talked about? I didn't read up on it too much. Oh, it's mag. That's right. They're mag driven. So they're like little rail guns, basically.
Yeah. You have your little miniature railgun. So it's like totally silent. You just point it, and there's no recoil or anything.
Yeah.
And the guy just like, there's just a bullet that goes through him.
It just shoves metal objects faster than you can comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just drop him.
Okay. Yeah, you blast through the guy. The guy next to him cries out in surprise, and then like points at you and yells something, but is basically like he's up. Cool. Okay, so they're gonna go. I'm gonna just see what they do because this is getting kind of messy for them. But they are going to keep fighting. They'll stick around. Okay, so Alfie, you're going to have a couple of shots on you. Let's say these 4. What's your armor?
Mine?
Alfie's? Yeah.
-1.
Okay. Cool.
And do I get cover because he dragged me over to the spot or no?
No, you're just like standing in front of the cover. But that's okay. Their to-hit roll is terrible. Okay, so to hit, they get a bonus of 2. So that's 1. 2.
I see 2. There's 3.
Ooh.
4.
Virtual
And
dice.
here's the 4th one. Oh. Okay, so your shield absorbs most of the shots, and maybe one guy like just fires and hits the pavement in front of you. These dudes are going to start firing on the car.
Which dudes?
The cluster on the side here, so the 4 in the front.
Okay.
These guys, they'll shoot at the car. Hitting
Good
the
thing
car isn't...
DeSoto's smart enough that he would have a bulletproof car.
It
That's what I
definitely,
think.
yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, the
Yeah,
car
I was
is,
counting on
is
that too, Lee.
resistant. Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna roll. I'll roll 4d20, and
Yeah, you will.
if I can get a 20 on any of them, then someone needs to make a luck save. Nope. I was one off, but yeah, none of the shots penetrate the shielding of the car.
Maybe Higgs knew that it was a bulletproof, or thought it was a bulletproof car. So I'm literally just staring out the window, flicking these guys off, and the bullet hits the window with the 19, but it doesn't shatter it.
Yeah, the laser hits the window and just drags across.
Yeah.
Like it's probably scorches the like tinted layer, but doesn't get through. But it's hot enough that like you can feel like you get like beads of sweat on your forehead from the heat from the beam, but
Yeah.
it doesn't break the window.
I probably shriek a little bit to make sure that no one heard it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So yeah, Ichiro is gonna gun it for the car. I guess he'll probably go around Alfie instead of running right, or run over Eric too. So he'll go around. So let's just grab all of you and we'll drag you.
I would do a drop kick through the
over
windshield.
here. You just jump up there and go right through it. Okay. All right. So he's maneuvering his way over there towards the cargo hold, which is actually still closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
So
turn.
Piani and Higgs,
Then-
do you want to do anything or just hang out in the car?
I yell
Oh, you
out
need to make
my-
your physical effect save.
Of course, after I make my physical effect save, which
She's still seizing.
is right
Yeah, it's
there.
twitching.
Boom. Yes.
Okay. Cool,
Wait,
you got it.
let me double check it. I think it's 14 physical. Oh, mental effect?
No, physical.
Oh, physical. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
13. I'm good.
Yeah, it was a tech save to originally get hit, and then it's
Right,
physical to
right.
get your shit together.
Yeah, and my tech was 16.
Could they hear me, Adam? Because I'd be yelling that
Yes.
Eric needs, as they pull up closer, I would be like one pistol out shooting and the other one like pointing at him like, he needs medical attention.
Okay.
As if it's more for flavor, but he's on the ground. Like, ah.
Right.
Oh my
So,
god, he does!
They can hear you. Yeah.
We're gonna open the ship. Once we do, fucking open the ship, open the cargo hold. Once we do, you got to bring Eric inside. I can't do anything unless I touch him.
Okay. Yeah, the whole door down here starts to come down. Higgs, what do you want to do?
I think I just kind of sit back and maybe put my leg, like cross my legs, and then just grab the cigar and put it in my mouth and light it and just sit there and wait.
Okay. It's evident to you that Ichiro doesn't give a shit about Eric or Alfie and just wants to get DeSoto to safety. It just happens to be that the two of you are in the car. He's just going to drive straight up into the Swan Song and not stop. So
I think I just look at Piani and shrug. Just keep going.
Well,
I mean,
guess we need 2 new crew members.
Is the only entrance in the very back?
the only entrance big enough for the car, yeah.
But I mean, for Eric and Alfie to get to as well.
Yeah, like from the ground, you can enter down here, and then there's the like docking port up here. But this is a ground-based. Like this Swan Song is sitting on the ground, so you can't get up to that one unless you climb. But
Okay. Well, I guess what I'll do is I just want to get inside the Swan Song. That's my goal. So
yeah,
I'll just chill.
yeah. The car is headed in that direction.
Yeah, I'll just chill.
And how far, just to get an idea, is
many
it
rounds?
from the nose to the? Is it as it's depicted?
Is
here?
it to scale? No, I don't know. It would take you like a round of sprinting to get there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So back at the top of the order, Eric, you lose another hit point.
Who's at -5?
He's got six.
I think
He's
I'm
got 6 rounds
-4
to
now.
go. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
or
6
I'm
rounds to go
-4.
before you die.
Yeah, I'm like every round I make this sort of like, repeated. That's what's happening to me.
Okay.
With big X's for eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think seeing the car tear past me,
Mhm.
even though I'm like pointing at him, like shouting, assuming they can hear me, maybe they can't. Would it be safe to say that Alfarius has a comm to Pi at this point in time with the group?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, then I think he kind of sees them drive by and then turns his attention back to the criminals or not criminals, excuse me, but the Goonies, and says, Pi, Eric is down, needing medical assistance. Deploy your body if possible, and then fires at the next guy that's closest. And I think, by the way, if you'll allow me, I'll move into some form of either I'm giving cover to Eric if he's exposed, or I'm taking cover for myself. But
I mean, you can move back where Eric was, right? Like
I take cover behind Eric's fallen body.
no, if he dropped down exposed, then I would go over him and cover him with my body, like give him cover or something like that.
yeah, I mean they're not it's obvious to you that they're not shooting at him. Like he was just
okay.
up because he had a weapon. His body is like you can only really see his legs now. Behind the sort of pillar that the Swan Song is resting on. So you can run back here and like
I'll take
hide.
cover and shoot then.
Yeah, okay. So you're kind of
If
like
you'll allow it.
you're sort of standing where he was. You're on top of
Okay.
him, basically firing.
And
from
next
there. So you
guy
can
is
have some
Ohm.
cover.
Headshot again, 29 again,
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 damage this time.
Okay. He's also dead.
His head just mystifies.
Yeah. The back of his head just blows open.
And I'm just, again, like, I think Alfarius would just repeat the what he said over and over again until Pi responded in some fashion.
Okay. All right. So 2 things happen as we get to the next bit. So the cargo door is down enough that you can now see inside the cargo hold, and you can see the passenger seats that have been installed in there. And Ichiro is just like foot down on the pedal. And he hasn't noticed, or like he noticed but doesn't care, and is just like gunning it towards like all of this stuff. They're gonna crash into everything that's been installed in the cargo hold, unless he stops the car. So there's that. I think that Higgs, you'd be the one to see this too, because you're in the passenger seat with him.
It does
Or you're
what?
sitting next to him. Well, the cargo hold's full of it looks like the inside of an airplane.
Right,
not
right.
a
So
big
does he
empty
stop?
Space. He hasn't yet.
Okay. Yeah, I just like put an arm on him. I'm just like, go ahead. You can destroy all this.
Okay.
Just get in, like, get us in the cargo is what I'm saying.
Knock yourself out, buddy.
Yeah, have fun. And
Okay.
if the car's bulletproof, I mean, it should be heavy enough to destroy that. We don't need it for any reason.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that's like the whole cover to like get him off the
You
planet,
can't
right?
have this conversation in the like 6 seconds it's going to take
Yeah,
to fly up.
I'm
into
just
the
saying,
cargo.
even if it is, it's either, hey, don't destroy this thing that we're using to, like, just get in the car is what I'm
Right.
like,
I think living is probably top priority right now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yep. And they think
Okay.
that too. They're our target. We're bodyguards.
Sure, yeah, he
Sense.
doesn't care about a bunch of like seats and shit. So, yeah, he just guns it in there. The front end of the car just barely goes underneath the wheels just hit barely underneath the ramp. You go up the ramp, jump off the top of the ramp, fly a couple of feet, and then smash into essentially the inside of an airplane. And there's just like debris and shit flying everywhere. No. Nobody specifically said they were putting their seatbelt on, so I'm gonna give you guys luck checks.
Okay.
And then you come crashing into the vehicle.
Luck checks are D20. What's my luck? It is a 14 or higher. Really? That's it?
Well, do we want to
Adam,
hold on? Don't
Adam.
roll yet.
I would like the record to show that is some horse shit.
Whatever. You're not even there, man. You shut up and bleed out.
I would like the
Um,
record to show that Omen, or rather Terminal Reflection, would absolutely go off, and I would
Okay.
put my seatbelt on.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, you do have psychic powers that allow you to see the future. So
Yes, especially when I am about to be hurt.
yeah, maybe as soon as you get in the car, you have this image of like yourself impaled on like a spring from a couch or something. You're like, maybe I should just. Awesome.
So
I
am
really like
am
the potential sequence of events, though, is Higgs calmly with a cigar in his mouth reaching out and be like, go ahead, destroy the car. And then it's just like a boom! And he's
Yeah, it's like
blood shooting everywhere.
That's actually exactly what happened.
That's how Higgs goes out with like
suddenly
a
just,
tricycle through his chest.
flying through the air, and you can just see Higgs's face reflected in the inside of the windshield as he takes like a deep pull on the cigar, like lit up red. Do we want to?
We should take a break. Yeah,
and then
let's take a
we'll
break
when we get
before I roll.
back. Okay, we'll see how bad this crash goes.
I think I'm the only person rolling, right? So it's just me.
Well, they
Yeah,
gotta roll
yeah,
too,
let's
Yeah,
right?
Ichiro.
We're gonna lose our captain.
Oh, yeah,
Higgs-
and Ichiro and all them.
Yeah, Higgs, Ichiro. Well, Ichiro and DeSoto never left the car, but I'll make rolls for them too.
Okay, cool. Well, let's take our first break here. Still got 3 hours left to go on RollPlay Swan Song, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with hour number 2. We'll see you guys then.